None other than Sage Francis
Yeah.
and B Dawn in the house.
What it do?
Province's very own.
Let's go.
That's right. Hometown villains. 95.5 studio.
So you got this new album,
Yes, we do.
Fallen House, Sunken City, Strange Famous Records. The first single is
Earth Movers.
Earth Movers.
Which we just did a video for. It's coming out this week and it's sick.
Where can we find that?
That's going to be not on MTV.
Nah,
We'll try, but I don't know if they're going to play it. But it's sick, man. It deserves
they
to
don't
be
play
on
music
MTV.
videos anyway.
Yeah,
no.
man, no music on MTV.
I
Try to
don't
get
think-
on MTV.
preparing.
I
Talk
think
about
instrument-
big sound, man. Yeah.
So how did you guys
For real.
record that?
We,
The making of
In
the
the
video.
warehouse.
Yeah.
The warehouse is in the
Yeah,
is
Alias
online.
came down from Maine with this little bootleg setup that he threw together and like a room mic
Yeah,
and
like his
one.
little Mac in the corner on the chair.
Yeah, he had the mic set up. He had the room mic, and he had a few things mic'd up. And it was just like trying to capture the ambience of all these instruments, and especially the drums. And but I mean, I know he worked with other kind of drums on the actual track.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's,
Man, it
but
was
we
so
didn't
sick.
have enough headphones for the whole What Cheer Brigade to
Yeah.
hear the metronome and be on the same time, and we wanted the brass separated from the drums. So at one point, the whole brass section is standing there, and there's a man in a gorilla mask with a metronome iPhone app, and he's like trying to conduct them.
In a gorilla mask?
Yeah,
Is
in a
that supposed to
gorilla mask,
make them
yeah.
pay attention or something?
Yeah, yeah, it helped for their focus.
I would be cracking up trying to play an instrument.
man.
I don't know if I could take that
Gorilla
seriously.
recordings, guerrilla marketing.
Gorilla radio.
Yeah.
Go.
Weren't even born when I first started listening to this radio station. And it's because of this show, or I was on earlier. There was a team called the Grinch and Chameleon. They had a hip hop show every Sunday night. That was the underground hip hop show when I was growing up.
Okay.
Taped it every Sunday, and I still get all the tapes from that show.
Really?
And I think I was 12 when they went off the air, but the very last show that they had a rap contest where people were supposed to send in their tapes, and they would pick the winner. They play them over the air. And I wasn't telling my parents that I rapped. But I did it on the low, and I recorded a rap, and I sent it into 95.5, but the show closed down, and they returned my tape back to my house. And that's how my parents found out that I rapped. This wasn't 95.5. I got in trouble at home.
So there is the Empire State Building on this cover, and
Yes.
you have a song called "Leaving New York." Do they have anything to do with each other?
Yeah, I wanted to counter Jay-Z's happy-go-lucky New York anthem that he just came out with.
In fact, we just completed a song called Newport that goes,
Newport.
mansions are awesome, plantations made this place, stuff like that. But forget about that song. The song Leaving New York.
Can we download that somewhere?
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Shit.
We'll see what happens.
It sounds like a cigarette company ad or something. So leaving New York, you're from New York? You spent time in New York?
I spent time in New York. I originally grew up in Smithfield, in Rhode Island, and then moved out to New York when I was 18, just because I had this kind of vague sense that that's where hip hop came from, and that's
That's the
where.
same thing I did. That's so funny. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, yeah. And
Was it productive? No?
Not for me.
I started performing. I started performing at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe in Brooklyn, and was met with success. And so, yeah, that's when I came back to Providence, met Sage, and all that stuff. And so this song, Leaving New York, is kind of about that. But it also serves as the first track on the album, kind of the mission statement.
It's Midnight Madness.
Well, hard to edit.
Hard to edit.
If you just had, oh, can we turn this instrumental up?
Oh yeah, we
Let's
got
put it up.
Yes, I like this.
You like it? Today was indeed a good day.
Yes.
That was a very
The
good
first
day.
day in a long time I haven't had to wear a sweatshirt or anything and went outside. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
man.
Well, I had French toast. I
You
went
had-
to Bellingham Palace with my lady, my baby. Then I made some gravy from tofurkey. Okay.
Oh my god.
I was,
Sage Francis, Top of the Dome, only on Midnight
you know,
Madness.
so people heard 15 seconds of. Did they hear 15 seconds of silence?
Possibly.
We apologize for that.
A little bit, there were little technical difficulties.
People
We had
came
to
up in here.
Emergency dump.
Oh man. That's exactly what happened. There was an emergency dump. Right now, we just went through B Dawn's album, Fallen House, Sunken City.
Mm-hmm.
Listened to a couple of tracks off Sick of Wasting.
If you find yourself in a record store, request it there if they don't have it. It is amazing.
You can find it online though.
You can find it online,
If that's what you want.
strangefamous.com. And we will service you proper.
Oh,
Hey.
Dump.
emergency dumps and proper service. I like this.
Yeah.
It's
and I
time to
got
turn
my
into
new
the gentle
record.
touch right now.
I could go on that show next. I'm gonna make my rounds at
You know.
Yeah, we're tuned for the classics. The gospel is. I think you would shine in the gospel.
My next record's got some gospel-y kind of stuff on it. I guess I could translate.
We'll talk to Spin and T.O.
Okay.
and we'll see what we can do for you. But we're gonna go into some more classic Sage Francis.
We're gonna step out of here. Me and B are gonna leave.
Okay.
I just wanted, before we leave, I wanted to thank you for having us up here. It's
Absolutely.
totally appreciate it.
No doubt, yeah.
It's big. It's big for us. I like it. We're happy.
It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. When I
Yep.
found out Sage Francis wanted to come through, I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, cool. Now
Awesome.
I'll keep coming back every week
No problem.
until you
No
recant.
doubt.
You can always come show whenever you want. But we're gonna go into Makeshift Patriot, a little bit more classic,
Yep.
older Sage Francis. Those you might be familiar with.
This is the song that kind of spread my name outside of the state. This is the one song that spread like wildfire when it was recorded in 2001. And that's right when the file sharing stuff got really big, and everybody shared this
And
song.
then it was also 9/11, so I think they'll.
It was right after 9/11, so like just the content of it, it was a lot of stuff people were afraid to say at the time.
Okay.
It may have been sitting in the back of everybody's mind, but no one was speaking it. It was just a scary time period.
Yeah.
And I put it into a song, and that's how it spread, and that's how everything kind of like snowballed after that.
And just realizing that there was no place where you could go and just quickly enter the name of a brand or product and like see the rap sheet of who they are. And since nothing like that existed, I brought the idea to Sage, and Sage got behind it, and you know his fan base turned into a volunteer base, and we created
Really?
nomore.org. And so that's what we do. We just research and report on companies and products and rate them for workers' rights and human rights and environmental impact and all that.
So is this kind of like a social networking thing where people kind of like Wikipedia, where they infuse what they know
Yeah.
about
It
the
is.
companies, kind of like a group, a mass,
Yep. And that,
collective knowledge about
Right.
corporations.
And that's the project, yeah, to profile every major corporation in
Okay.
existence. It's a big
Really
project.
has
That's
that.
fun.
Promoting consumer responsibility, like people who care. Like after you get to a certain age where you start, you grow up and don't think too much about politics. You don't
Yeah.
think too much about where your stuff comes from. But eventually you start realizing that the world's real screwed up, and you're like, why is that? And I think a lot of us come to the conclusion, well, the people who have the money are in power. Let's be careful who we give our money to. And that's what that's all about.
Family Guy should have a cameo with Sage Francis. I think. I think
Good talk to
that'll be
Seth.
appropriate.
I can talk to some people at RISD about that.